Hi guys, welcome to Ashish Academy again. Now we are just going to discuss. This is a very important concept for MongoDB. As we already know that MongoDB is a NoSQL database. It is not. So basically, there is a concept of a NoSQL database. So we will also see there is a what is the difference between RDB emails and the NoSQL database. Some of the details we already covered in earlier sessions when we discuss about the actually a NoSQL database. So there is a different type of data, structured, non-structured, and semi-structured data. So basically, to process this semi-structured data, non-structured data, as well as this NoSQL database are always better in SQL or database. Basically there is a ER diagram. It's a very structured data. So if you're going for that any other, so in general day-to-day basis when we develop any web application, any other application, we basically focus on that RDBMS, relational database concept. Relational database concept will start from entity and the relationship. So if we have any other entity, basically there is a each particular component which is basically referred as an entity. Let's say if you are going for any database for HR related system, so there is a company, department, employee, manager. So these are basically comes under the entity, and each entity have its own characteristics. So these characteristics basically we put it into a table columns. So let's say employee will have a age, there is a sex, it's a male or female. There will be some employee will have an address, right? Then employee will have a birth of date of birth. So these are characteristics. So we store these characteristics into a table column. So there will be a table column. Then also there is a concept of a norm. So like this, there will be each particular entity will have its own characteristics. These characteristics be defined into a columns. Apart from that, there is also a concept of a normalization. So we remove that ambiguities through a normalizations. We normalize this table structure on this relationship. So ER diagram basically we consider, and it is consist of the entity relationship diagram. How one entity will interact to another entity. It has to be a one and one relationship, one to many relationship, many to one, or many to many. Now, so till now we are dealing with the SQL database. Now we will see that how the SQL particular terminologies is mapped with the MongoDB. So we will see that this is the all concept is all about the terminologies and the concept first. So here we will talk about executables, examples, terminology, and concept. So basically, at high level, as of now, you just feel that there is a changes in the terminologies. There is in a ER diagram, there is a relationship. Sorry, is a database. There is a row, table, columns like that. So how we will map these things into a MongoDB terms, and so now you will understand, because when we fire a query will be much more similar is like that, and syntax will be similar like that, and you will see the results like that. So when we process into our web-based application, it will be same, but how the MongoDB will store that data into a different format and different structure. RDBMS, any other either Oracle or MySQL, these stores the data into different structure. So that is we will see. So let's go into terminology and the concept. So you see here the this particular table will show you that the particular terms and the concepts mapping. So SQL terms and concepts are like a database. In MongoDB terms also we will call as a database. In SQL term we call as a table, but in MongoDB we call as a collection, right? In SQL term we will call as a row, but here we will call as a document or a BSON document, right? So basically document. When we say document, that is nothing but a row. When we talk about a collections, is nothing but a table. SQL terms, column, here we will say is a field. Index is the same. Table joins, here we will call as a lookup and embedded document. Primary key is the same. So special any unique columns and column combination as a primary. So basically unique constraint in MongoDB, the primary key is automatically set to the underscore ID field. Aggregation, like a group by like that. So aggregation pipeline, here we use the aggregation pipeline. Okay. So you can also see that SQL to aggregation mapping chart also we have that select into a new table, then also we will call as a out. So this is terminology, and you can say syntax different basically. Merge into a table. So here we have a dollar merge. So this is a basically union all. Here we have a union with. Transactions. So transaction is basically a different we use that as a field. It's not a particular syntax we use in the SQL, but for scenario, denormalized data structure, embedded document and arrays will continue to be optimal to your data and use case instead of multi-document transactions. So multi-document transaction, this is for many scenarios. Modeling your data appropriate will minimize the need for multi-document transactions. So this is a basically a tip, but here transaction is also same as a transactions. Now that is the basically here. So basically you need to understand if you are using, we are talking about row, table, column, something like that. All other commands like select, insert, these commands are basically much more similar. That is also, we'll see there is a much more difference here. Now we will see executables. So the following table presents some database executables and the corresponding MongoDB executables. This table is not meant to be exhaustive. So basically here, database server, MongoDB, MongoD, MySQL is MySQL, Oracle is Oracle, Information DB2 server. Database clients we have Mongo, here we have MySQL, Oracle we have SQL plus editor, Informatica DBX like that. So this is the basically server and that client details if you are dealing with the particular database provider. So what is the client name we call as, what is the database server we call as, that is like. So now let's see, there is some basic examples here. The following table presents the various SQL statements. So you will see that what are the different SQL statements which we can just use it and we can see it. So the SQL example, assume that table name as a people. So here the table name as a people, and we use that. The MongoDB example assumes the collection name as a people that contains the document of the following prototype. So this kind of a data. So basically that is we will use it. Okay. So MongoDB that is example assumes a collection name. So that is basically if we already created a collections, the collection name is a people, and we can just assume that this ID is basically nothing but MongoDB by default take this underscore ID as a primary key. So let's say create and alter command. The following table presents the various SQL statement related to a table level actions. So SQL schema statements, create table. So let's say if we have a create table command in any other SQL, if we will execute. So create table, that is come under the people. ID is medium, not null. Auto increment, that is a basically we define user ID, age, number, status, and that. So this is the way we create that to create table command for a people. Where we have user ID, age, status, like that, and we define this ID as a primary. So in how we can create this kind of structure into MongoDB. So here we will say that db.people.insert one. Okay, where user ID, age, and the status like. So this is the way you can just create db.create collection people. You can also create a collection earlier through this db.create collection people. Got it? If you have alter table, so you can use that alter table people add join this like that if you want. So alter table, there are some multiple things. If you wanted to just change the database size or any other things like that, that is also you can alter table. If you wanted to add any column in alter table, you can add it. So this is the way you can just do it. Alter table, there is a many things you can do it, but when you wanted to do alter table, you can also here. So collections do not describe or enforce the structure of its document. That is, there is a no structural alternation at the collection level, right? However, the document level update many operation can add a field to existing table. So basically at collection level means in MongoDB at you can say table level or does not describe. So at table level, there is a no such particular structure is getting described here. So if you wanted to add any column or any field into a collection, so you can use the set field, and this is the update menu. You can just use it and you can do it like that. And the set operator. This is very important thing is collection do not describe or enforce the structure of its document. So basically at collection level, matlab, when we say about the collection level means at the table level in the MongoDB, you cannot describe the structure of structure basically. So you don't have, you cannot define, there is a no structure alteration at the collection level. So basically there is a, you cannot do a structural alteration at the collection level basically. So that is the basically very important point, and collections do not describe or enforce the structure of its document. So generally collections in SQL, when we have a table structure, we know that when we insert any row, we know this is, these will be the columns in a particular row. But that in that particular collection in a MongoDB, that is not basically available, and we cannot describe like that. So alter table, if you wanted to drop column, you can just unset the column. That is basically you can do it if you wanted to drop it. Create index, you can create an index like that. Create index, this will be the columns like that. So this is the way you can just map. These are basic operations with this. So there are some basic terminologies difference where you need to understand that basically how this particular statement will be getting executed. So till now we have seen that how this create, what are the basically there is a terminology, right? And how this terminology is basically we can use it. So table, index, column, row, database, table join, primary key. So how we can call it into MongoDB? What we can say the MongoDB clients and MongoDB server, we can call it as just in Oracle, we call as a Oracle and SQL plus. MySQL, we call as a MySQL ID and MySQL like this. So this is the way you can see here. This is the typical example. How we can create a table with these three parameters. That is, we have seen how we can create a particular collection like that. That is, we can see it. So this is the way you can just create and execute it. So this is the way you can see. There is other things also you can see here. Insert into SQL insert statement. Generally, we say that in SQL insert into a people, user ID, age, status, values like this. In MongoDB, we will call as a insert one, db.people.insert1, user ID, this is 001, age, this is the way you can insert. So we have a insert one and insert many. There is a two different methods with there. Select. So in basically we use that select statement. So we have a find method always includes the ID to return the documents unless specifically included through projections. So we call select start from people when we select anything from the particular table. But in MongoDB find statement, so basically we have db.people.find. The find method will be getting used in place of select star. If you wanted to specify, so select ID, user ID and status. So this is the way you can specify the columns. Here you can also db.people.one, user ID and status. So this is the way you can just specify if you have selected columns. So this is the way basically you can just use it. Select start from people where the status is A. So if you have a where condition, you can specify the db.people.find status A. Select people ID. So this is the different select statements that is you can see. So select start from people where the status is not equal to A. db.people.find stage 1, right? Any not equal to A. Select, so basically not equal this particular if you have a select start from people where status is A, age is 50, here you can also specify status A, age is 50. So this is the way you can see that different conditions in the where clause like. So this is the way you can use that. So till now we have seen that update or alter command. We have seen that insert, create, now select. So this is the way you can just use that select command also. this select count star from people, you can use db.people.count. db.people.find.count. This is the way you can make a count here. Now let's say is order by. So you can also select star from people where status is A, order by user ID. db.people.find status is A. Dot sort user underscore ID is -1. Ascending, so you can say user ID is 1. So this is the way you can see that you can specify the condition as well as that ascending or descending. Select star from people where user ID is like BC%. So you can specify like that. So kind of regular expression. This is the way you can specify. So if you have select star from people where age is greater than 25 and age is less than 25, db.people.find age is equal to greater than 25 and less than 50. This is the way you can specify. So these are some certain examples. So these examples are very much required where you can find out exactly how you can really see that how these commands are using in SQL and these commands are used in the MongoDB. I hope you got the point.